Our keynote speaker believes strongly in the title of her first book, Who I Am Depends on Me. She knows you can't just talk about the message, you must be the message. And with a little woohoo, everything is easier to do. Please welcome certified speaking professional and former FBLA president and PBL member, Patty Hendrickson.
Woohoo! Do you know those kids who would rather be outside playing than studying? Who wait for the bell to ring for the end of school? That was not me. While other kids were collecting dolls, I was collecting Post-it notes. My sister, she'd be arranging her Barbie dream house. I'd be arranging my office dream furniture. You get the picture. Other kids wanted the most expensive jeans, begging from their parents, yes, please. I begged my mom for a three-piece suit and a matching briefcase. Other kids dreamed of being a rock star. I dreamed of owning GE. I have obsessed with office supplies from a very young age and wondered why. There are so many reasons, but one stands out more than all the others. And it's not a something, but a someone. He was a tall man, a distinguished man, not a wrinkle or a hair out of place. He spent his life in search of greatness and leadership, and always serving. But that's what the world saw. What was even cooler is he noticed me, just a kid. He didn't just notice me. He saw something in me. He believed in me before I believed in myself. He would not even ask me to do things. Instead, he would tell me what I do. And I would say to him, but what if I can't? He wasn't listening. He already knew. He just acted as if I would do it. He saw things in me that I never saw in myself. He believed in me. He was my hero. And when I got the call that his car had swerved off the highway and rolled off the exit ramp, he didn't make it. I didn't know what to feel. I felt lost. I lost my friend. And when I stood up to speak at his funeral in front of a sea of others who had also lost their friend, I realized I wasn't alone. There were hundreds of people whose lives he had changed. He believed in them too. And still to this day, 15 years later, I will often pick up the phone and call him because I know he'll have an answer for me. And then I remember, he can't pick up the phone. His name was Jim Price. He was a national president of Phi Beta Lambda. He was the first national president of the Alumni Professional Division. He was a chairman of the National Board of Directors. And he was my advisor. He was my teacher. He left us way too soon, but pieces of him live inside of me, and I think they live in some people in this room also. I'd like you to stand up if your life was impacted by Jim Price. I'd like you to also stand up if your life has been impacted by an advisor. I'd like you to also stand up if there is someone on this planet who believes in you and encourages you. Please stand up. Look around the room. We are standing together because we have been nudged, pushed to do more. You and I Look around the room. You are not alone. And I say to you who are standing in this room, whether you are middle level, Phi Beta Lambda, or professional members, or anyone in between, it is our responsibility to pay it forward. If something so wonderful has been given to you, we should help others. We stand right now connected, stronger because we're here with like-minded people who want to be better and serve better. I'm going to share 3 principles this evening with you: to own it, to grow it, to be it. And I hope you take them to heart. My name is Patty Hendrickson, and I am here this evening to help you find something bigger in yourself. Please have a seat. Woo-hoo! Oh, let me hear a big woo-hoo. Woo-hoo! I must share with you that I have never shared that story. Last weekend when I shared at the other NFL states, the first time I've ever shared the story about Jim Price, a hero in my life, and to this association, somebody who did tremendous things. But I share it because this is a room full of people who keep serving. If you've not told your advisor that you appreciate them today, do it today, and tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Oh, you're catching on. You're catching on. I believe I'm here this evening in this moment in time to share a message. And I believe that you're here in this moment of time to hear a message. There are nearly 1,300 people in this room, and you're one of them. Woo! I am speaking to a room full of people, but I'm speaking to one person in particular, the person sitting in your chair. Go ahead, check you out. You look good. You clean up nice. I'm speaking to the person in your chair because that is the only person that you can change. No matter what anybody else in this entire ballroom does, the person, the mind, the body in that chair is the one you have control over. And you and I, we need to make a choice right now, tonight. Are we just gonna be here, or are we gonna own it? Ooh, you're getting ahead. I like it, I like it. You say, well, what does be here mean? Well, this is what be here would look like. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, get out of bed, put your little clothes on, run downstairs, eat some food. All of you walk together, the same people who rode in the same bus, in the same car. You walk over to the convention center. You walk into a session, and you all sit down by the same people you came in the bus or the car with. And you listen. You're nice, but you just sit there. End of session, you get up. You and your little friends, same people you rode in the bus with, the car with. Go to another session, sit down, the same group of you. You're polite, you sit there. Session's over. Go to another session. You get what I'm doing? Sit by the same people. The whole day you do this. Stay with your same little pack of people that you came with. And you're there, you're doing the things. And at the end of the day tomorrow, you'll come to this room again and have a closing session. Listen to a speaker, get excited. Alex is here, it's fun. And then afterwards, you go to the dance. And then you go home. Now that is one track of what this could look like. And I don't think it's the best track to look at. Let's look at the other side. Let's choose to own it. Where tomorrow morning you wake up, you hop out of bed, you tell your other friends in the room, get up. You get up, you get ready, you get to breakfast, you have enough time so you can eat. You show up to a session with your friends, you sit down, and you are there. Yeah. You're owning it. And as you sit in that chair in that first session, you sit there owning everything you bring. You embrace your talents, you embrace your gifts, you embrace everything. Your quirky self has got to be here because that's your wonderful. And if you come here and you let your gifts, your talents, your wonderful come out, oh, you're going to have an amazing experience. Don't cheat the world out of your wonderful. If you hide your wonderful, the world is less whole. And I don't care if you're some kid in the 7th grade from middle level, far, far away, or a Phi Beta Lambda member who's working hard, going through school, or an advisor in the room who's been working for 15 years, bringing group after group after group. Every one of us in this room has our wonderful. We got to bring it. Let it shine. So that's to own it. And I hope, I'm going to ask you later on if you truly have decided to own it. Ever been to Walt Disney World Epcot Center? The Florida people are like, yeah. My husband and I, many years ago, went to Epcot Center. And for those of you who haven't been to Epcot Center, it's one of the parks of Walt Disney World, Orlando, one of the most educational of the parks. So, of course, I would like it. There are 11 different buildings. You go through, each building is a different country, and you see a show where you go on a ride to learn about the country. Well, this happened in the building of China. Walked into the room, and all around the room are these huge screens. It's a surround sound theater. And you stand at these big bars, fall over and get motion sickness as the show happens. At the start of the show, a little man pops on and says, "Hi, welcome to China." You start to see the sights and sound of China. Beautiful country. About 3 minutes into the show, we start to hear this very loud booming sound. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. It got louder and louder and louder. And as the sound traveled, we saw on the screen a herd of about 400 yak just galloping across the screen. Now, I live in Wisconsin. We have a lot of cows, not a lot of yak. I thought it was cool. I nudged the little boy beside me. I said, "Look, look." The kid freaked out. He started screaming at the top of his lungs, "Stranger!" What do? You're standing in China next to Psycho Child. I felt so bad. I did the most natural thing. I went in for a hug. You're right, that was stupid. He then started screaming at the top of his lungs, "Stranger is touching me!" And I was. Yikes. And mind you, at this time, nobody is watching the yak. They're watching the crazy lady trying to get the kid. Within 30 seconds, there were 3 Epcot Center security guards around me, and they whisked me off to Disney jail. I kid you not. Underneath the property is a whole other world. It's a small world. Sorry, inside joke. A gentleman asked me to sit in a chair, and so I did. He started interrogating me, asking me questions. What's your name? Where do you live? What do you do? Have you ever been arrested? What? I sat in this chair for almost 30 minutes, being asked question after question, answer after answer. Finally, another gentleman walked in the room and whispered to the man, but I heard what he said. He said, "I watched footage. She's okay." Because they videotape you everywhere in that park. So he said, "Ma'am, you're free to go." Great. Went back up, ran into my husband, Brad. He was laughing. "Love you, honey." I thought the experience was over, but the rest of the day, everywhere we went, we kept running into people from China. How do I know? Oh, we'd be walking along, people would spot us, stop dead in their tracks, point, hide their children, and walk away. All day long. Now, I have analyzed this to death. It drives me crazy. This kid he's probably 5 years old. I was showing him yak in the happiest place on earth. And his first reaction is to start screaming, stranger. Leaders, this is the world we live in. And you and I need to make certain that that's okay with us, or that we work hard to make it different. I hope at this conference you are continuously reaching out to other people. I hope your first reaction isn't, oh my gosh, I don't know that person, yipe, 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 oh my goodness, stranger. I hope that is not your reaction. I hope instead your reaction is, hey, cool yak, or whatever. We can accept that as okay, or we can say, no, I choose to be somebody who reaches out. I need you all to put your hands straight out in front of you like this. If someone nearby you is not doing this, give them evil eyes. Thank you for helping. Keep your arms up, keep your arms up. I'm going to say power clap, 1, 2, 3, and one time only, you put your hands together, okay? Power clap, 1. Overachievers. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Keep them up. People sense what you're about by what you do and say. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you need to be a very big, bad leader, very, very forceful, very loud. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Even louder. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you got to chill out, let somebody else take the lead, so it's very quiet. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Quieter. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Quiet. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Quiet. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're good. Back to normal. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. By the way, if your arms hurt, work out. We all get one body. Got to take care of it. Power clap, 1, 2, 3. Shake out your hands. Shake out your hands. But when we talk about reaching out to other people, we can always talk about self-leadership, what we do. But being the leader who doesn't think it's okay to be fearful of what we don't know, that leader finds ways to connect with other people. I need you to do this. This is not hard. You all have expressions that say, what? All right, be ready. Keep them up, keep them up. This is the power team trust clap. 1, 2, 3. 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 Shake out your hands. Shake out your hands. Oh, you are connecting. Yes, you are. Now, sometimes it feels uncomfortable or awkward, or we're like, where's this person coming from? Or if you were sitting by somebody who was coordination challenged, hello. Sometimes it takes us a few times to find a way to connect. But if you are the leader who's owning the experience, you're willing to grow yourself. And growing yourself means you are willing to push your comfort zone just a little bit and then a little bit more. Now, I know there are some people in this audience who, when you walked into your hotel lobby, within 5 minutes, you had met 50 new friends, because that's just how you are. Mm-hmm. Some of you are being pointed at by other members of your chapter right now. Mm-hmm. You know who you are. There's other folks in this room, there are other folks in this room who, when you walked in the hotel lobby, your first reaction wasn't to go out and meet everybody on the planet, but to just look around. Wow, this is cool. Yeah. And just to soak it up, soak it in. You might have smiled at a few people, but your level of connectivity and to engage, just a little slower about it. Neither one is right or wrong, they just are. I think sometimes when we talk to people about being a leader, and all of you in this room are emerging leaders, you're growing, you're becoming, you're learning. It's part of life. We're glad you're here. But the challenge is, leadership isn't this box that you have to fit into. Leadership is when you find that wonderful, your natural gifts, your talents, what you have, your quirky self. When you find where to let that shine, that's being a leader. And the tragedy is there's so many people in this world that hide their wonderful, that they cheat the world. Let's not be those people. Bring all your quirky self here. Push your comfort zone. This means if you really are going to grow it, tomorrow when you show up to that session, you might be walking beside somebody who you drove in the bus or the car with. That's okay. But when you walk into the session, you sit by somebody you do not know. Risk. And you smile at them. Risk. And then you put your hand up like this, and they will have been in this session, so they'll know what you're doing. And you go, Power Team Trust Clap. And they'll laugh, and you go, and you'll both laugh together. And then you whisper and you say, let's take a selfie. Okay. And you do, and you post it to NFLC15SC, and we'll all see it. You could also add another hashtag like new friend, fun FBLA, anything you want. Post that. And what you just did is you recorded a moment when you chose to grow it, to move out of your comfort zone. Power Team Trust Clap. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of leadership just occurred. I will not give you a grade, but I will just say that your past performance in that moment was less than stellar at best. We'll try it again, but wait. Just because we do something one time does not make us good at it. Just like if we try something once and we fail at it, we might have to try it again. Power Team Trust Clap. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so much better, so much better. So if we grow it, we are pushing our comfort zone. We're going to go see that person in that session, smile at them. When we walk through the corridors, we're going to make a point to look people in the eye. You don't have to talk to them, just, hey. The more connected we become, the greater the experience. We're going to own it. Yeah. We're going to grow it. And that takes us to the last pillar. We want to be it. As Grace said in my introduction, I am a very proud member, former officer of both FBLA and Phi Beta Lambda. We didn't have middle level when I was a member, and a professional member for life. And I can share with you in my business life, every single day I use skills that I learned in FBLA. So when you hear that said in class, it is so true. And for those who are fortunate to go and talk to your school boards and administrators to talk about this fabulous organization, tell them it matters. It matters a lot. But when I say to be it, we have a fabulous program that everyone can take advantage of. I was so happy to get the last issue of Tomorrow's Business Leader, our magazine. If you have not read it, you could find it online. But the second to last page in this past Tomorrow's Business Leader was a listing of all of the America level award winners in the Business Achievement Awards, BAA. There were 261 winners. Wow, that's a lot. And for those of you who may not have participated in that program, there are 4 different levels you can participate. Talk to your advisor about this. Because when I say be it, it's finding a space where your wonderful talents and skills and gifts can shine. But the BAA offers you a self-directed way to be involved in FBLA. You can find a project just for you. Talk to your advisor. It's online, it's easy. But make it your own. Something you like and you're passionate about. Oh, awesome. Let me share with you one thing that I do when we talk about be it. I am a professional speaker. This is what I do for a living. Most weeks I'm on at least one airplane, and I live in a place called La Crosse, Wisconsin, and it's a little place. So I get on many airplanes to get to some other place. Like yesterday, I left La Crosse at noon, and it took 3 airplanes to get here. And every time I want to go get on an airplane, I'm a little sad because I leave my family at home. I have a little girl called Amelia who will be 6. I have a son named Max who's 12. I missed his basketball game last night. Bummer. And I have a handsome honey named Brad. And you don't need to whistle because that was weird. But I'll tell him you sent your love. I leave those people at home, and I go what I love to do. This is what I was meant to do. And I will always keep a piece of my calendar for student organizations like FBLA because I believe in it, and it's what made me who I am. So even though I love to do corporate stuff, there's just something about being with you that's awesome. Power team, trust clap. 1, 2, 3. You were sleeping. So yesterday, when I was getting on the airplane, so I would be here tonight and tomorrow to do sessions back in that corner room B3 or C3, I thought, okay, how many friends do I want to make? And I have 3 flights, going to Minneapolis, Detroit, and then Charleston. And I set for my goal yesterday, 72. And why I do that? 2 things that I have to have every single day to make me happy, to live in my be, in my wonderful stuff. I need to connect with other people. Hello. And I need to achieve something. And by saying I'm going to meet 72 people, oh, that's 72 goals right in front of me. Let's do it. Yeah. So when I get out of my car at the airport and I start walking, I start looking for bodies. Y'all heard of Candy Crush. This is People Crush. I'm walking along. Oh, I spot somebody. I just smile at them, and they smile back at me. That's 1. Yeah. Now I've got 71 left. And every single person I see and I connect with and I smile at, that's 1 more person. And when I got to my hotel room in the Embassy Suites last night, I had not just gotten 72, I had gotten 79. Yeah. You're like, so? This is what makes me happy. It's something quirky that I like to do. And I share it with you tonight to give you an example. What is something you could do? Maybe it is tomorrow, set a goal of how many new friends you want to make at this conference. Maybe it is on the way home, think about something you want to do in your FBLA chapter. That would be a great space for you, your talents to thrive. We got to decide to own it, to grow it, and to be it. Those 3 things. Now, I'm going to ask you to help me out and do something a little strange. Go figure. I need everybody to be as quiet as you possibly can. Woo-hoo. Serious face, very serious. Sit up very tall, please. If someone nearby you is not sitting up tall, look at them with evil eyes. Thank you. This is very cool, but it requires that everybody stay very quiet. Okay? Risky. So please play along. We'll do this 3 times. I'll say power smile, 1, 2, 3. And you'll put a big cheesy grin on and go, okay? And then back to serious. 3 times. Try so hard not to talk. Okay? Shh. And a hush. Serious face. Power smile. 1, 2, 3. Serious face. Power smile. 1, 2, 3. Serious face. Power smile. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear the disgusting slap of saliva? Now, have you ever said to yourself, oh my, I smile so loud? No. But when each one of us does our tiny little part, it may seem so small, so insignificant, but when everybody does their part, it makes a noise and it matters. One more time, very serious face. Power smile, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Oh, you hammed that up. That was good. Power team chest clap. 1, 2, 3. Power team chest clap. 1, 2, 3. And just for fun, elevated. Power team chest clap. 1, 2, 3. When we are having fun, we are in that space and that place where we are absolutely giddy. So when we choose to own it, to grow it, to be it, that's what it's about. Now, at the start of this program, I asked you to stand if you had been impacted. I want you to look at the people around you, not here, at them. Check them out. Even turn around. You might not know those people. You, the person in your chair, is sitting in Charleston, South Carolina on November 13th, 2015. I want, and you will never, ever, ever, ever have this day again or this moment in a room full of 1,300 people. I want you to stand up if you are going to choose to really own this experience. You are going to make a difference. Stand up if you make that commitment. Awesome. Stay standing really quick. Tomorrow, look around the room. Look at all these bodies that are up. Tomorrow morning, if you see somebody who might be a little drifting away, I want you just to casually smile at them and say, I stood up. Did you? We need to help one another remember. We want to own it. I need you all to do this. FBLA-PBL members, it has been a pleasure to be with you tonight. This is the elevated power team trust clap. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Have a great conference. Woo-hoo!